Hello and welcome, my Tuesday talkers. If you're one of us that likes to hang out with me sometimes, thanks for being here. I was actually thinking last night, okay, I got to do my Tuesday talks tomorrow. I should be more fancy about these things, and I watch all these things on Instagram and TikTok and all this stuff where people have the professional mics and the lighting and the desk and the thing. I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not here to be fancy, guys. If you want fancy, you gotta go somewhere else. I'm here to educate you and be passionate about sending you correct science-based information about your health and your fitness. And we can accept that however, right? It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be glittery. I'd probably get a lot more people on here if I was, but it's not the point. If you're here, it's because you really, really do want to improve your health and fitness. So that kind of goes to what the topic is today. This is probably not an easy one for people to listen to, nor is it probably your favorite, or it might even make some people mad. So I'm sorry. If it does, let's do it. Let's talk about it, because it's kind of meant to kind of stir something in you a little bit of something I've been seeing. It's January, it's New Year's resolutions, it's the, epitome online right now of all the quick fixes and trying to get everybody to buy all the gadgets and the detoxes and all that kind of stuff, right? And it just got me thinking, what I would really love to convey to people, and what I think is probably the most important thing before you start anything, or you buy anything, or you sign with any coach, or you do anything, is asking yourself and truly being honest with yourself, do I really want to lose this weight and get more healthy? Like, really, truly. Okay, because I know the quick answer for everybody would be like, do you want to be thinner and healthier? Yes. Okay, but really ask yourself, do you really want to do that? Because if you really want to do that, really truly want to do that, and you actually want to make it something that sticks for the rest of your life, so that next January you're not just buying more new gadgets or more new detoxes, or following the one influencer that says, do this one move to flatten your tummy, right? The influencers that have millions of followers that are saying, do this one thing and you will look like me. It doesn't exist like that, right? So do you actually truly really want to lose the weight, get stronger, and be fit? Because the honest thing about this is it's work, right? It's work to do it. Because if you really want to change your lifestyle so that you become someone that is more fit and healthy all the time, you obviously can't stay in the lifestyle you are in right now that's causing you to be unhealthy, not strong, overweight, right? I love that quote that says, if you want a different outcome, you have to have a different process. You can't just sit there doing the same thing and then add some stuff in, like this weighted vest and this vibration board and this peptide and this, you can't just do that and everything changes. It doesn't work like that. So even with the GLP-1s that are so popular right now, it shouldn't ever just be that, right? Because that's so unhealthy to just be doing that. You might lose weight, but you're wreaking havoc on your body because you're losing a ton of muscle and you're not creating a different lifestyle. And so you're actually really just wearing down your body so much, slowing down your metabolism so much, screwing with your health hormones so much and your hunger hormones, that when you get off of it, you are going to end up so much worse than you were before. I know that's a whole different topic, but it's really big right now. It's really popular, right? So when you actually get really honest with yourself about, do I really want to get stronger, be healthier? It's going to take some change, and change is scary and change is uncomfortable, right? We all know this. There's so many things in my life that I do that I love the routine of them. I don't want to change them. I just want to keep doing them. And usually it takes until, unfortunately for a lot of us, it takes until that thing gets really, 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 really bad, almost like intolerable that we go, okay, fine, I have to change. But that's what I'm really trying to encourage women not to wait till they get to that point. Don't wait until you are in the hospital with a broken back, a broken hip, or your overweight has led to type 2 diabetes, or all the gamut of other problems that it can add to your heart issues, all those things. Don't wait until it gets to that point, because it will. If you keep heading down a road that you're not taking any steps to increase your health and your fitness and all that stuff, it will head down toward, that's just the natural thing of life, right? Your body just starts to decay. And especially if you're not taking care of it, it's going to decay very quickly. You're going to lose muscle. You're going to lose mobility. You're going to lose bone density. Your heart is going to get weaker, everything, right? I could go on and on and on, but I'm trying to keep it to my time span so that you'll come back to another time. So when you're asking yourself this, I want you to think about if your answer is yes to this question. Yes, I really want this year to be different. I want to take care of my health. I want to take care of my fitness. Then that has to be your goal. You can't sit and wait and be like, well, I'm not motivated yet. I don't want to do it, right? I actually had, I also am a piano instructor, and one of my clients, her little girl was just having a really hard time practicing. And she had a long break and was sick and all this stuff. So her practicing had just kind of come to a halt, and it was hard for her to get going again, right? And she was like, how do I motivate her? So I explained to this little girl, I said, I want you to think of a really, really big, heavy ball, and you want to try to get that ball to the other side of the room. What is the hardest part of getting that ball to the other side of the room? It is the initial pushing part, right? That's the hardest part, is getting it rolling, getting it going. Once it starts rolling and you build momentum, it gets easier and easier. But people are waiting for that ball to move all on its own. That's what motivation would be, right? Like the ball's sitting there and you're staring at it and you're like, as soon as that ball starts moving, I will start going. That's what people are waiting for. And it seems ridiculous when you think about that. You're like, the ball's not going anywhere, right? You cannot wait for the motivation. You have to do the hard push first, and then the motivation follows. And that's actually how our brain works too. We do something, we push through something hard, and we get that little bit of dopamine hit because we succeeded, and then that builds, right? So then we're like, oh, I felt really good. I want to do that again. Oh, I want to do that again. And it builds. But that's the part that most people can't get started, is that first push, because they're waiting for someone else to do it for them. They're waiting to have this like, oh, I'm waiting. I kind of wonder sometimes too, like when people are saying like, I'm just not motivated. And I just kind of want to be like, are you waiting to feel like this epiphany that just one morning at 5 a.m. you're like, I'm so excited to get up and exercise? Like, is that what you're waiting for? And then to feel like that every day for the next year? Like, it just doesn't work that way. I'll tell you honestly, even for someone like me that I love fitness, I love working out, I love lifting, I love how it makes me feel and it makes me look and it makes me healthy, right? But I'm not like banking on this motivation. I had to start the ball rolling on its own, and then it has picked up momentum. And so a lot of people go, oh, it's easier for you. Well, you look at my progress across the room with the ball, and it looks like it because my ball is rolling, and it's rolling pretty easily because I've created this lifestyle around the ball, getting it going. And so now it's just rolling. But I had to start at the beginning too. Just like all of you, I had to get it going, but you're comparing your starting point to my progress years into this, right? So it's easy to look at someone that's years in and be like, oh, it's easy for you. I had to start at the same place you are. So do you really want to get that ball moving? And let me encourage you, like the first part is the hardest, I promise. And then once you get going, you start realizing like, oh, I'm liking this. Like, I'm feeling better. My pants fit better. I'm getting stronger. I actually have more energy. I'm sleeping better. And then all of that, all those dopamine hits keep going, and the ball just starts rolling better and better and easier until it's part of your life. And then you just live like that. And you're not thinking like, oh, I got to go on this like 6-week juice cleanse, or I have to, I don't know, what's the many, just start doing cardio for 2 hours a day for a month to lose this weight. You don't go into those cycles. You just stay like this. And yeah, like this, okay? Life is never like this, but like this rather than this, right? This like, January's here, I'm going to do all these things, boom, it hits, and then you're down here for the rest of the year, and then January's here, and I'm going to do this extreme cut, and then here, and all that stuff. There's just no balance to it. So what does it look like if your answer to this question is yes, I actually want to do this. I actually want to get better at this, but it feels overwhelming. I don't know where to start, right? Well, my biggest suggestion to you would be to find the right person and ask for help, okay? If I am doing something where let's say something in my car is breaking down. I think I've used this analogy before, right? I could sit there all day on YouTube trying to find out what's wrong with it, looking up different people that are car experts, trying to look inside the engine, doing all this stuff, being confused and frustrated, and maybe even fixing it wrong, making it worse off than it was before. Or I could take it to a mechanic who knows what they're doing, and I could say, fix my car for me, please. You know what I'm doing, right? And I think a lot of the time asking for help is the hardest part for most people. But here's what's interesting to me is I think part of that is the psychology behind, like, if I'm asking for help, I'm kind of showing a weakness, right? Like I should be able to do this on my own. I feel like I should be able to do this on my own. There are world famous class athletes that go to the Olympics that you see are some of the best, most fit people in the entire world. They have coaches. They all have coaches, right? So it's not saying like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just asking for help. It's saying, can you guide me? Can you look at my life from a different perspective than I'm looking at? And can you find where I can get stronger or make these shifts in my life to make it better, right? Like think about a gymnast, and the coach is on the outside of the routine that they're doing, and they're looking in, and they're able to observe, right? I mean, the gymnast is probably so experienced, they can fix a lot of things on their own, but they don't have that outside view. It's a totally different view from the outside. And then the coach can say, if you make these couple tweaks, if you do these couple things, this will really help. So that's exactly what I do in my coaching is I look at it from a different perspective. We collect a lot of data in your life so that then I can say, I simplify it for you. Wow, couldn't get that one out. Okay. So I don't take the hard work out of it. I take the guesswork out of it. So your road, it's not like I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to lose weight for you. You still have to do the work, but your road is like so much straighter. So rather than like going down this road and you keep hitting these side bumpers and you're confused and of this journey and all this stuff is confusing, a coach leads you straight. And yes, you're still working, you're still pushing that ball, but I'm telling you the exact direction to push it in, how fast to go, how hard to go so that you don't burn out, right? All those things are what a good coach will do for you. So just think about being honest with yourself and really asking yourself that question, and not just the first thought of like, well, yeah, of course I want to be stronger and thinner, and yeah, of course, duh, and then brushing it off. Ask yourself that. And you know what? If that's not a priority for you right now, if you don't have those goals in your life right now, that's okay. That is totally okay. But just be honest with yourself about it, right? Look inside and think, you know what? Yes. On a surface level, do I want to be thinner and stronger and have my clothes fit better? Yes. Do I really, really have the time and capacity right now to make that a priority in my life? No, I'm going to be honest with myself right now. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to make it a priority. And then just be honest with yourself. But then you have to be okay with where you are. right? You can't then come and say nothing works for me, because you're basically saying that you're a victim of your body. No, you're just making the choice to stay there. And like I said, that's okay. Maybe you're in a life circumstance right now where you just cannot prioritize that. That is totally fine. But if you really, truly want to make a change, don't be afraid to ask for help and just be honest with yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad you guys are here. I appreciate you. I will see you guys next week.